Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to the living world of darkness, Rage Across New York, where three guru just exited a bar. Two of them together with one kind of leading the other along, and then one in a flurry of violent rage and spitfire.
That fiery rage and spitfire sort of comes barreling out the doors and will reach out and grab a hold of the 10 point by the collar of her shirt and start dragging her back towards the alleyway.
Thankfully, the 10 point, while she has been sitting in a nice buzz for a while, well, I mean, these things only last so long. So she'll have her feet under her by time she gets yoinked abruptly from where she's been tucked up beside Aiden, and just kind of gives an idle squeak at best, and otherwise really offers no protest.
And as Dallas is dragging her, gonna make a roll for perception and alertness to make sure there's no cameras.
In an alley? That would be ass.
Well, you know, I mean, they could just randomly appear.
Yeah, fair. Let's do the thorough thing.
Yeah. So 3 successes, and she will move to a part of the alleyway where none of the cameras can be seen.
And well out of sight of the street, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. Completely out of the street. Seen there. In a very private corner of the alleyway. And she will simply sort of hurl 10 point towards the corner of the wall. And she will just simply snarl, "Throw up your hands." And we'll roll initiative.
Yep.
I feel so good. Oh.
Is Aiden reacting to having Omega yoinked?
Leaning against the wall, smiling that devilish fucking smile.
Oh yeah, you definitely have initiative, madam.
All right, well.
And she's busy catching herself after being flung into a corner.
Mm-hmm. Dallas is going to spend 3 rage. And she is going to use her main action to punch the shit out of 10 point. And the subsequent actions will be used to also punch the shit out of 10 point.
Go figure. I will use my main action on a block because fuck it. She said put your hands up. I'm at least allowed to try.
Spending any rage?
Yeah, I've gained one, I'm about to gain another one. So yeah, I'll spend one. So that's... So Dallas makes a swang.
She gets
10
2.
point. 10 point proceeds to put up her arms and at least clip some of the
fist.
Some of the edge off of it. Slows it down a little before it hits her in the head, you know? Like
yeah.
you do.
And in that alleyway, devoid of witnesses, the street, and security cameras, because she checked thoroughly. Her first punch does 4 damage, 4 bashing.
Three of which is soaked.
Very nice. Is 10 point spending any rage?
I did spend one, and I will block again.
All right. Second verse, same as the first?
Yes.
Only a success this time.
No successes, so you hit her anyways.
By the way, if Felix followed just outside, just a few paces behind him, you might have noticed that Dallas grabbed a hold of 10 point by the collar and dragged her into an alleyway.
well back in
Oh.
behind some dumpsters and generally just well out of line of sight of the street and various inconvenient witnesses.
Yeah. Please proceed. He is shortly behind.
Can you sub one bashing?
Yes.
All right.
And yeah, you got one more.
2 more.
2 more. That's right.
Gotta get out of the danger zone.
Yep.
Oh God, I just realized Aiden is like our archer.
He's just leaning against the wall. Leaning against the wall with a big smirk on his face.
You sub 2.
New. So I'm up to 3.
The third punch doesn't have much to it. She's swinging a little bit too wildly.
And at the top of the round, I will heal back down to 2.
All right. Dallas will spend 2 more rage.
I will also spend 1 more rage because you gave me 2, so I'm going to blow them both.
Using your main action to block.
Yep.
Because here comes a headbutt.
Oh, Jesus. And at 2, I'm at a -1.
All right. No damage.
Good.
First range round.
Yep. Blocking again.
Three successes.
Blocked.
Oh. Dallas's forehead comes across to those arms that are, I'm guessing, crossed up in front of her face.
Yeah, probably after the first attempt at a headbutt. Yep.
It's like, oh no, not my nose.
The headbutt is her fucking nemesis. You don't even know.
And here comes the second range round. Dallas misses. And she'll take a few moments.
And at the top of initiative, healing down to 1 bashing.
And then Dallas will throw one last punch for good measure. Or one last headbutt. For good
Oh
measure.
god, blocking again. No, not the headbutts.
3 successes.
Blocked again.
And Dallas will kind of stumble back, having burned off the rage that she needed to, and getting herself out of that highly volatile zone.
Yep. And when she starts kind of easing back, 10 Point will kind of let out a tense breath and slack back against the brick wall behind her that is probably decidedly grimy. Breathing heavily and wondering how she's not more injured as she heals off that last little bit of bruising.
You're learning. You're protecting yourself. Thank God. And did Aiden follow them into the alleyway?
Yep, he is leaning against the alleyway at the end of the alleyway, smirking with a big, big grin on his face.
And Felix is standing very pointedly next to him. Excellent posture.
Dallas will walk out, sort of cleaning off her jacket a bit. And she'll kind of walk up to Aiden. Anything out of place? Anything on me?
Huh?
I get anything on my face? I don't have a... anything to
No,
walk
you're
out.
grand, then. You're grand. Did you get a bit angry, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, no.
Come on, Aiden. It's one thing to do that back home. It's another thing to do that out in public. Don't be a Shinlo.
Don't be a shin, though. He kind of leans back.
Whoa.
I'm not the one. He kind of leans back. If you couldn't handle what I said, that's not my problem.
Under normal circumstances, I could have handled it. Unfortunately, that perv who slid under the table said something earlier. I think he's with the fair folk.
Well, do you kind of grin at her? That's what you get for hanging around them. After all, I don't fucking trust them.
No, you don't. But, you kind of taking my legs out from under me about this whole Karina thing.
Why should I? He kind of leans back.
Tempo's gonna slank around Alice. He's back over up beside Aiden.
Well, aside from the near disaster that almost happened right here,
All I saw was someone who couldn't control themselves when a polite little jab was done. Smirks a bit.
she's going to cross her arms and look at him very poignantly. Let me ask you something, Aiden. If I were to try and hit home in the same way with a certain someone, how would you take it?
Smiles a bit. Leans back. I wouldn't frenzy in a bar anyway. Something much worse would be happening.
Well,
And I wouldn't beat up 10 point. You'd look over at her.
Fine, Raya.
Felix takes a mental note.
I'm gonna tell you, Aiden, that is the closest I've ever come to going beyond just blind rage. I felt something creeping in I've not felt before, and I'm pretty sure I know what that is.
Well, that says a lot about you and your relationship with her then, doesn't it? That says a lot, Dallas, and it's actually quite worrying.
Raya.
You know what? Fuck you. She's gonna give him the finger and just
Smile
walk
at her.
away.
There you go then. Kind of leans back.
She has a point, Aiden.
Does she now?
I don't know. And I don't mean this unkindly, but I don't know exactly what they told you back at the Sept of the Silver Tara. But in the Sept of the Windcatchers, you're always taught never to poke the Aruns. It's a pretty big deal.
I see. So I should just, let her away with, there's my little test. Means she's too attached. Means the Fae's got her little claws in.
You're not wrong. I guess what I meant to say was just choose the when and where wisely. You're my friend.
I chose the when and where. It was ballsy, but it worked. People don't like it. But you weigh up options. That to me just there proved that if she's not able to handle herself when I'm jibing at her, how's she going to handle when someone else jibes at her who she doesn't like?
You do your auspice duty very well.
I look out for my packmates. Doesn't mean I have to be nice when I'm doing it. Sometimes we all need a harsh lesson. And I've learned a harsh one as well. So, I think we're both even on that.
He nods.
One of us has already messed up with others of that kind. I'm trying to save her the trouble of making the same mistakes I made. And if I'm harsh on that, well, maybe it's what I needed.
The point of me saying anything, Maiden, is that I'd be remiss if I didn't act on my tribal duty. Glasswalkers, since the dawn of time, were appointed to blend in. I had to say something.
I know. And I just pointed out a very harsh fact to her. That if she can't control herself with Karina, when her own pack is doing that, that's a worrying thing to be worried about. And if that's her reaction, tell me to fuck off, well then, smiles. Oh, fuck off. You kind of like walk past, hands in his pockets, whistling.
And 10 Point will cast kind of a vaguely worried glance Felix's way. There's definitely the notion that she agrees with him, but she does turn and kind of meekly follow after Aiden.
Yep. And Felix similarly starts to head in the same direction.
Will there be any
Going back-
conversation? Oh, there we go.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, are we taking this back to Sept or ending it there?
Yep, that is the question. Any conversation along the way, or are we going to walk in creepy silence the whole way back to Sept?
Dallas, once she gets to that like third block away from the Sept, is when she makes an abrupt right turn towards her apartment.
Template will pitch just kind of a sympathetic pulse her way.
What?
10 Point just kind of like pack link wise just pitches a sympathetic pulse at her. Kind of an apologetic tone.
Just kind of a sort of like, if you had reached out and touched her shoulder, she would have sort of shrugged away from it. Not violently, but just shrugged away.
Yep.
Wordless interaction is neat.
Mm-hmm.
But yep.
She'll simply put up her walls and make her way back to that apartment. Probably eat the last of the spaghetti that, Owen was going to take to work tomorrow.
Poor Owen. And as they're continuing, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, no. It can wait. Go ahead.
Yeah, she just kind of, especially as she gets the essentially the brush off in pack link. 10 Point will be keeping pace with Aiden and turn a glance aside. Raya, do you really think it helped?
Dunno. Won't know till she comes back now, will we?
I don't think she's as receptive to your testing as I am, Raya.
Well, that's a shame. Guess we'll all have to learn some way.
Just be careful, Raya. She's not an Omega.
Not treating her like a fucking Omega.
And she'll quiet up after that.
Anybody else?
Once they make it back to the secret cabin, Felix will clear his throat and then offer a hand to Aiden. He says, "This is where we part ways."
Narrows his eyes a bit. It's a very weird goodbye.
Well, I don't say it very often.
Folds his arms and stares at him. What do you really mean by that?
I mean, my apartment is that way. And he takes the hand he was going to shake with and points his thumb like behind it.
Say what you're going to say, Felix.
You don't poke the R-room.
All right. Maybe you should learn not to poke the ragabash either. You'll kind of walk into the cabin.
I didn't poke you!
And 10 Point is left briefly on the porch, lips kind of pursed as she glances after Aiden.
Felix is going to keep yelling at the secret door. The next thing he's going to say is, "It's my job to say these kind of things. Job too. I know she does it."
Comes back, opens the door, has a beer in his hand. Yeah, it's also my job to say the things you all don't fucking like.
But Raya, prodding in a ruin outside of the park grounds, the consequences could be massive.
Consequences could be massive, aye. Their words could have very well been. I knew that when I said it. Do you think I'm stupid?
No, Raya. But what if she had thralled?
There you go then. Something would have happened. I took the risk. I knew it would pay off. I trusted her judgment. Now thankfully she proved me right.
It doesn't seem like a worthwhile gamble, Raya. The consequences of losing far outweigh the prize of winning.
For you, maybe.
Would you have left me to wrestle her down alone, Raya?
No. I'm surprised you think that about me.
No. You just said for me.
I got what I needed to know. And it was worth it for me. Call me an asshole for doing it, yeah. But I needed to know something. And I know it.
Is knowing it worth sowing ire in the pack, Raya?
Fuck, how long have I been muted?
Ever
Wild.
since you yelled the last bit at the door.
A little bit, buddy.
Damn it! I said some good shit.
Damn it.
Yeah, come on, say that good shit. Say that good shit.
Oh, Felix said, I'm not going to call you an asshole. I'm not here to poke you. I'm your friend. No matter what you may think right now, this is something you have to hear. Something you should know. Is that very easily could have been a veil breach.
All the worse with so many Fae.
Maybe she would have done us a favor and killed all of them then. But hey, it's alright when Dallas gets a bit riled, right? Everyone's, oh God, Aiden, you shouldn't do that. But no, never. It's fine.
No one has ever said that. No one has ever said that.
Judging by the way I've been treated, yeah. Plenty of people do.
What, today? The way you've been treated today?
Just never mind, Felix. It's not important. Clearly.
No, it is. It is important. It's important to me.
She gets to have her little cry about Karina. Oh God, I made some derogatory fucking comment. What were you all saying to me the other night?
What they said was what you
At least-
demanded
at
to
least-
hear.
I didn't fucking try to... Darcy never tried to bite my fucking arm off.
Raya, they still told you this on set and at your demand. What you said to her was in a public place and poorly timed. She could have ripped that
Well, maybe
bar
I'm...
apart.
Well, maybe... Just maybe. I'm a bit unfucking-hinged. But no. Nobody ever thinks of that.
I
Maybe
think
I've
about
left
it all
enough
the
sign.
time. All the time.
Raya, it is all I
Because-
think about.
Everyone who's close to you, I think. I don't know. But I think it's pretty safe to say everyone close to you thinks about that all the time. Because you're not just unhinged tonight, you're always unhinged. I haven't asked. It's none of my business. Even though you're my friend, and I hate to see you suffer the way you've suffered. And I'm not going to ask. Because it's none of my business. But whatever's got you unhinged, that's what I think that's what I think it is. I don't know. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can say, but
When she starts cutting herself so the rage doesn't overflow, then maybe I'll talk to her. He'll lift up his shirt and there is self-harm marks all over him. Maybe then we can talk.
Raya. We're right here.
put on Guardians Volume 2. We'll talk about it.
There's something to talk about, Felix.
And Felix points at each and every little mark and says, I think there's a number of things there is to talk about.
It's not just her runes. We'll fucking lose it, alright? I thought ripping that guy to pieces would solve everything. I thought sending him the way that my people used to send people away would do it. I guess I was wrong.
For what it's worth, 10 Point abruptly looks outright ashamed.
In fact, twisted thing is, they probably made it worse. Maybe it's just me, right? Maybe that's why you all look at me so fucking strangely. Maybe I'm just wrong.
No, Raya. I'm sorry that I didn't give you the right answer. But there is an answer.
is bite his lip and then look around. Doesn't matter anymore anyway.
It does matter. That knot in your belly has to go, Raya.
Just shrug. Worry more about Dallas. I'm fine. He will turn
Dallas.
around and start walking towards his room.
For once, 10 Point actually starts to give chase, like she follows holding the door open. Dallas
totally
is
gives chase too.
Yeah. Dallas is functioning as a rune is meant to function, Raya. What's gnawing at you is worse, and it has to be taken care of. You're not fine.
Turn around slowly. So I'm not functioning now, am I?
Don't do that. You know what she meant.
I cope in my own way. I've been coping like this ever since I was a guru. And I'm still here.
You know, those are all going to be healed by the morning. And all it does is leave you, what, a little more empty each time you do it?
Maybe that's the trick. So I don't fucking feel anything.
No.
10 Point is, by the way, holding the door open so that Felix can come inside.
Yeah, Felix steps in very, very strongly, very proudly, not breaking eye contact with Aiden. It's not how it works. It's not how it's worked for the past 5 years. It's not going to start working now. You feel nothing. You keep to yourself. You don't say anything to anyone until the next thing you know, you're putting a gun in your best friend's hand? No. That's not how it works.
Maybe it's fucking easier, right?
It is easy. It's too easy.
Maybe I wanted her to fucking troll. Maybe she actually put me out of my fucking misery.
Raya,
What? Do you think I'm happy? Do you?
I know you're not happy. I've seen you happy. Every once in a while, you let yourself forget. And you can be happy. But as long as that thing is clawing at the inside of your gut, it won't let you. She's pointing specifically at his midsection, as if there is something there. You shouldn't have to suffer.
Well, guess what, 10 Point? I do. The world isn't no fucking sunshine and rainbows. It happens. And maybe, just maybe, I wanted a bit of peace.
If I could suffer for you, Raya, I would.
Well, you can't.
Is peace really what you want, Aiden?
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe I just like the thing I wanted, but I can't have. Maybe it's my fault that I drove Darcy to be the way she was. Because she's desperate.
Perhaps dwelling on what you can't have is doing you no favors, Raya.
10 Point is right. Peace is a choice. I found that out the hard way. And so are you. But that's what it is. You can let the past be the past, and you can move forward. Or you can hold on to it, and you can feed the beast of war inside of you. Let it lash out at everyone that tries to get close. I can't make that choice. 10 Point can't make that choice. You make that choice. So, you can walk right into that door, slam it behind you, and I will go home. Or you can sit on this couch and we will watch Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's going to be nice and peaceful. It's not a command. It's not a threat. It's your options.
And 10 Point won't speak, but there's just a pleading tone getting channeled his way.
He'll tense a bit. You can feel the bottle the grass begin to crack in his knuckles. As he takes a rage because he's feeling fucking angry about everything. It never stops, Felix.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But you have your good days. You have your bad days. You can choose to have good days.
It's hard to have good days when there's nothing fucking good ahead.
It's not true. There's going to be plenty of hard times ahead. There's going to be good times too. Good times when we go to bars. Nobody gets mad. Good times when we sit on this couch and watch a musical without anyone throwing up. Who knows? Those could be good times too. But there's always going to be bad times. It's who we are. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Felix will hold out his arms, like at his side. He'll slowly take 2 steps forward. If there's no reaction, he'll take 2 more, and he will hug Aiden.
Yeah, the kind of bottle does drop and like. Psh,
Nah,
know.
10 Point was going to be slipping up to go for the bottle. So as he takes his steps forward, 10 Point will be slinking up the side, looking to snatch it from his fingers as they go numb.
Yeah, he hugs Felix back, but you do feel like there is that burning amount of rage in him, but there's that need for like comfort. Kind of fighting against the two. So the hug is kind of odd, but you know the grip is incredibly tight. Yeah, sit down.
Gives him a pat. And he hangs on until he feels Aiden let go.
He does after a while, then he'll sit down awkwardly, you know. I'll talk to Das later. I'll think of something to say.
In the meantime, I'm going to make popcorn. Do you like popcorn?
Just nods.
10 Point, meanwhile, will be dumping the contents of the cracked glass and retrieving a 6-pack from the fridge and just setting it out on the table for them. Though, as they pass ways, as he goes for the popcorn, Felix will certainly catch just a wordless but very blatant thankful expression.
They'll nod back solemnly. Or, yes, solemnly? Solemnly. Yeah, solemnly.
Yes, indeed.
I think that with the three of them sitting on the couch, watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, with popcorn and beer, is a great place to end it.
I think you're right. So I will say thank you, players, for playing, and watchers for watching. We'll see you next time on the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.